Hello and welcome to The Road Ahead, a Road Access podcast. In this episode, we'll explore the people, ideas, and innovations that make our communities stronger. I'm your host, Freddie, and today we're diving into a topic that is absolutely vital to the health and well-being of our communities, community transport services. These are the services that bridge the gap for those who otherwise struggle to access essential resources, whether it's healthcare, shopping, or simply staying connected with loved ones. So buckle up and let's jump in. Before we start today, I want to thank you for the feedback we've received since launching The Road Ahead. It's appreciated, and we're glad you're enjoying the new series. Feel free to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also visit our website at www.roadaccess.com. Right, so today we're going to look at what does it take to run a successful community transport service. What are the challenges, and more importantly, what are the strategies that lead to long-term success and sustainability? We're going to unpack all of that and more. Whether you're already involved in a community transport service, thinking about starting one, or just curious about how these services operate, this episode is for you. First up, let's talk about the purpose of community transport. Community transport is all about accessibility. It's about ensuring that everyone, regardless of age, mobility, or where they live, has access to the transportation they need to live fulfilling lives. It's also about reducing social isolation and improving health outcomes by connecting people to essential services. But where do you start if you're thinking about running such a service? Well, the first step is to assess the needs of your community. You can't provide a valuable service unless you understand what your community actually needs. This means getting out there and talking to people, surveying residents, consulting with local healthcare providers, and engaging with community groups to get a comprehensive picture of the transportation challenges they face. Next, it's time to design your transport service, and there are a number of different models to consider at this stage. You might choose to go with a demand-responsive model where users book their journeys in advance and on the day, driven by technology, or maybe you'll operate a fixed-route service, which operates to a regular schedule. Maybe you'll choose to operate a volunteer car scheme where volunteer drivers drive their own vehicles to transport passengers to where they need to be. Easy to start, and all you need are a few volunteer drivers. Or perhaps it's a mixture of models to meet the community's needs. The choice depends on your community requirements and the resources you have available. And speaking of resources, vehicle selections are crucial. You'll need to think about accessibility, such as, can your vehicles and volunteer drivers accommodate wheelchairs? Do you have the capacity to meet peak demand? And what about the environmental impact? Sustainable choices like electric vehicles might be more expensive up front, but might offer the long-term savings and benefits. Once you've decided, funding, of course, is then the backbone of any successful community transport service. You'll need to be savvy about where your money comes from, whether it's government grants, fair revenues, fundraising, or partnerships with local businesses. It's also important to maintain transparency and sound financial management practices to keep your service running smoothly. But money isn't everything. A successful community transport service also relies heavily on its people, the staff and volunteers who keep it going. Recruiting the right people, providing them with the necessary training, and keeping them motivated and engaged is key. And don't forget about the community itself. Engaging the community in your efforts not only helps you better serve their needs, but also fosters a sense of ownership and support. One thing you can't overlook today is the importance of technology to support your operations. Online booking systems, mobile apps, and real-time communication tools can make your service more efficient and user-friendly. And with the right data management systems in place, you can track performance, identify trends, and continually improve your service. Make sure you look to the future when considering your technology platform. For example, is it cloud-based, updated often, and is it easy to use? Take a look at what Road Access are doing at roadaccess.com to get a sense of what's needed. Make sure you keep planning for the future. But how do you ensure that your community transport service not only survives, but thrives? For this, strategic planning is crucial. You need a long-term vision, but you also need to stay adaptable to changes, whether that's shifts in community needs, new policies, or advances in technology. Diversifying your funding sources and staying innovative can help you navigate these changes successfully. And lastly, let's not forget the power of advocacy. As a provider of community transport, you're in a unique position to influence policy and raise public awareness about the importance of accessible transportation. Engaging with policymakers, joining networks, and conducting research can all play a role in shaping a supportive environment for your service. Running a successful community transport service is about more than just getting people from point A to point B. It's about building a service that meets real needs, is financially sustainable, and has a positive impact on both the community and the environment. If you're involved in a community transport service, or if you're thinking about starting one, I hope this episode has given you some valuable insights. Remember, the key to success lies in understanding your community, engaging the people around you, embracing innovation, and planning for the future. Thanks for tuning in to The Road Ahead. If you've enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe and even join our community at www.roadaccess.com/community. We'd love to hear your thoughts and any experiences you'd like to share. Until next time, take care.